Hello everyone. So today we are going to solve the compare the triple. It's actually a problem on the algorithm warm-up. So without wasting time, let us have a look of the problem statement. So let us read the problem statement. We have Alice and Bob created one problem for HackerRank. The reviewer rate the two challenges awarding point on a scale from 1 to 100 for three categories: problem clarity, originality, and difficulty. The rating for Alice challenge, the triple A equal to, like you have an array of three elements that represent the point for each of the criteria. And the rating for Bob is the same format with three elements and represent also the point of each of the criteria. So the task is to find your comparison by comparing each of the index. Like we have A of 0 with B of 0, A of 1 with B of 1, A of 2 with B of 2. So how are we performing the comparison? If A of I is greater than B of I, then Alice is awarded 1 point. Okay. If A of I is instead less than B of I, then Bob is awarded 1 point. Okay. And if they are equal, then neither person receive a point. So from this, I think we have a thorough understanding of what we are supposed to do. We have an array of three elements that represent the point of each of the criteria. And from that array, from the two array, we need to compare elements in the same index. And depending on the result, we need to award a point to the, like I would say, the winner. Yeah. Okay, so since we know how we have a thorough understanding of what we are supposed to do, we can move to the next step, which is example. I think by reading the problem, we were already able to give some example, but let us take this example. We have this first array, which is 5, 6, 7, and we have the second array, 3, 6, 10. So what we are supposed to do is to compare elements of the same index. So first thing, comparison of 5 and 3. With this, we will see that 5 is greater than 3. So at least we be awarded 1 point. 6 is equal to 6. None of them will receive a point. So at this stage, at least is 1, Bob is 0. 7 is lower than 10. So at this point, Bob will receive 1. That's why as the result, we have 1 and 1. So now let us move to the next step, which is the approach. How are we going to solve this? So for me, since we just have three elements in the array, I won't bother myself creating an array. What I'm gonna do instead is creating like variable that will store those elements. And once I will have those variables, I will perform basic conditional operation like basic if, and from the if, I'm gonna give the award to the person that have the highest point for a given criterion. So without wasting time, let us see what it gives, the implementation. So for the implementation, I'm gonna get rid of the dummy code we have here. So to keep it simple, I'm gonna create like seed variable to store all those elements. I'm gonna add two more variables to store the point. So let us take it like this: int. I'll say at least 1, at least 2, at least 3, and the at least point, which I will initiate as 0. I will say Bob 1, Bob 2, Bob 3, and Bob point, which I will initiate as 0. So the next thing I need to do is to read all Alice point, right? So it'll be something like this, right? And the second thing is read Bob point. So from here, I have all the elements. I need to use for my operation. So like I was saying, I'm going to perform like a set of conditional here, like a set of 6 if, like if greater than, if you have at least point in index 1 greater than Bob point in index 1, what we are going to do is award at least 1 point. And this is basically the same thing I'm going to do 3 times. It will be for 2 and for 3, right? It will be for 2 and for 3. So at this point now, we need to do the same for Bob, right? So we are going to make use of the opposite operator. I hope we are okay. And this should be 1, this should be 2, right? This should be also 1, and this should be 2. And this should be Bob point instead of Alice point, right? Yeah, cool. And so here we can output the point of those guys. So we have this. So we have we start by Alice point, and we have a space. After the space, we can put now Bob point. That's all. So let us run and see what it gives. Cool, everything is green, so it is working properly. Everything is okay. If you are a bit annoyed of this 6 if operator, you can make use of ternary operator. Ternary operator is basically a syntax where you have the if else in a, how would I say, in a combined manner. So let me give you a brief, a simple overview of what will look like. You may have something like this. You have at least point, excuse me, will be equal to, you say A of 1 greater than B of 1, then 0, 1. What does it mean exactly? This instruction means if A of 1 is greater than B of 1, then return 0, which is not what I want. I want instead 1, and otherwise return 1, and otherwise return 0. I hope it's clear for you. So what I'm trying to say here is if A of 1 is greater than B of 1, which is the same here, then return 1, otherwise return 0. So you can see that you can easily have this like 3 times. This represent this, the second one will represent the second one, the one directly under, and the third one represent the third one. So from this you can see that you need to replace 2 here, 2 here, and here you need to replace 3 and 3. From here, this instruction, like this line of code, would do the same as this one. But for me, I prefer this one because this one is basically like if and else, whereas this one is simple if condition. So if you are more comfortable with this, then yeah, go with it. So let me go to the end of it to make you see how it works, to make you see that you have the same result. To have Bob point in one line, so you just apply the copy and paste here. You rename this, it's normal Alice, it's Bob, and for the operator it will be the opposite sign, right? So I'll just select the tree and I'll put the opposite side. So once we have this, we can run and see what it gives. And then okay, everything is green. Let us submit and see if all the test cases are green. And it's taking a bit of time, but it should be okay. Let us wait. Cool. Everything is okay. So feel free to use either this or this. This exercise was all about having data as input, perform basic condition, and make you know about the ternary operator. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to like, share, comment. I will be happy to have your feedback, and stay tuned for the next video. Ciao.